Hey folks, Saduceum here, and I'm continuing to play some more Hearthstone. There we go. I will eventually learn what game I'm playing, don't worry. It just takes me a while. But I'm playing Hearthstone, and I am continuing to play through the Curse of Naxxramas. And the previous video, I was wrong. I remembered these dungeons wrong. I forget which dungeon had Baron Rivendell or whatever. Rivendell or Riverland, Rivendell, whatever that one was, the Scourged Land or something. Naxxramas was in the Lich King expansion, which I actually did come back to. I skipped over Burning Crusade, and then I came back for the Lich King for a little while. Shadow Knights were a pretty cool class to play as. And I leveled up a Shadow Knight character to level 80. So I did play through this dungeon as well. But it's all kind of a blur. I was always playing WoW kind of on and off. Never really stuck with it. So, anyways, let's continue to play through this. And
he's a giant spider.
Nice. The massive spider queen births endless spiderlings to feed on the corpses of interlopers. Well, that's us. So let's give this a shot. Who do we want to play it with? Let's play with the Zookeeper deck, especially if this turns out to be a Zoo boss. I have no idea. I've never played against this boss before, so we're about to find out what this fight entails. Petting Mr. Bigglesworth. Why can't I read? Because my Axna. I know why I can't read. Because no one ever taught me. We're sending Ysera back, keeping the other cards that we have. And this is good. Shield Bearer, not a bad start. See what else we got. And for once, I remembered to keep the mouse icon turned on, so hopefully that should be there.
Poison will make your death mostly painless.
Awesome. Let's say greetings.
Greetings, friend.
Alright, so let's find out what the hero ability is. Return a random enemy minion to your opponent's hand. Wow. That's shitty. I guess the trick is, once again, to have lots and lots of minions, so maybe a zoo deck would have been nice for this, although with my totems this could be okay. But yeah, wow. So I'll play this. We'll see. Probably won't coin into the hero ability yet. Next turn I can totem, that way I'll only have one card bounced back. That's going to stink for this because I'm going to want to get this to overload and or get this to level up through overload, and then if it gets returned back to my hand, that kind of changes the whole thing and undoes a lot of good work. So anyways, let's summon one of these. We're going to spam minions then, whenever possible. I do like the new maps. And if I'm not mistaken, there might be a new map per... hey. I did something. Yeah! Awesome. I think there's a new map per wing. So that's pretty cool. Stone Skin Gargoyle. Alright, so this minion just never dies, basically. It's fine. These things happen. And eventually it'll be my turn. My Exna! Don't be one of those players that just sits there. I can't quite kill that with this. So we'll cast this. End our turn, and hope that I have a 1 in 3 chance of getting one of these creatures sent back to my hand. And I hope it's one of my totems. Or a totem, or the 0/4 that is, so I can play it for 1. And I don't have to worry about getting my elemental put back. Yeah, it's a good hero ability. It takes 3 mana though, so yep. Perfect.
What do you call a player who just had his minion webbed? Doomed.
Ah, I don't get it. Okay, come on. Any day you want to let me go, I will be happy to do something. So I could totem this. I'm going to keep this in my hand. Totem. Maybe it's a healing totem. Would be nice. Nope. Good enough. And unfortunately, since this will keep healing, now I don't know if she has spells to regen that, but I figure what the hell. Let's just kill it. Eventually. Seems to take a minute before I can have a turn to go, but that's okay. So yeah, between the totems and just my hero ability and the totems that get sent back into my hand, I can spam creatures for quite a while. And if she wants to keep using 3 mana for that ability, that's fine with me. Ah, damn it. That was a good one. I wanted to keep that one alive. So what I can do in the future, if I want to play a different deck and build it around, specifically around this boss, I would play a lot of creatures with battle cries. So that we'll just put this right back out there. Let's throw this guy out there as well. Hopefully my opponent doesn't have any AoE. Come on.
Elements guide me.
Any day. So yeah, minions with a lot of battle cries would be really good against this this boss. Good battle cries, that is, not crappy battle cries, but card draw. Like so, the gnomes, Gnomish Inventor, and Shattered Sun Clerics, with so they can buff up other creatures. Alright, it's all good. So, Doomhammer Rockbiter Weapon is a great combination, by the way, because this has Wind Fury, so I can have a 5/5 weapon and hit twice with it, so I can deal 10 damage to my opponent. Unfortunately, at the moment, 10 damage isn't going to be quite what I need, but we'll play this. This has a great battle cry, actually. And so if I can get this sent back into my hand, I can just keep on playing it and dealing 3 damage. Do I want to kill one of these things? Not particularly. I'm just going to keep damaging my opponent. If it'll let me. I don't know why it is so slow right now. Takes a minute, really, between just movesets, but that's okay. So my opponent still has a coin, whatever that's worth. This is a really crazy creature. I really like it. You coin into it on turn 2 and just let it go nuts.
Sea Giant. My Exna, that is not on my approved card list.
Yes! Although granted it doesn't help me this exact turn, but whatever. It's fine. Here's how I'm thinking we should handle this. I'm going to take a bit of damage. Actually, this is okay. This is fine. So, we're going to hex this. Eventually. And then we're just going to kill it with the 1/1. Eventually. Then we're gonna hit this with a lightning bolt, because it's just the right amount of damage. Buffs this guy up as well. Kind of nice. Then we'll play another totem. So now I have 2 rock claws, stone claws. I'll keep this one around just to have a taunt around. Is nice. 'Cause you can't do that much with the spiders. Then we'll just do this. Maybe I should play this, because otherwise he can kill that and have a 1 in 3 chance of sending this back. I'm kind of afraid my opponent might have an AoE, so we'll do it this way. Screw it. And then I can Doom Hammer and Rockbiter Weapon for 10 damage, or I could Fire Elemental and just put that out there again. The turn after that, I have Ysera. So, a lot of possibilities. Meanwhile, I've barely taken any damage. Yep, it's fine. All good. There's lots of haunted creepers. Obviously, my opponent can have more than 2 of the same card in a deck, unlike myself. That's fine. I can work around it. So, I'm thinking we play our Doom Hammer. And again, I want to have lots of creatures around, so we'll play this guy, and we'll play this guy. And as much as I wanted to, would have liked to have Rockbiter Weapon, I'll save that for another turn. This turn I'm just going to deal some direct damage. This way, this way.
Elements guide me.
Maybe I should take these guys out. Or should I just do 4 damage directly? If I do 4 damage directly, yeah, I'll have lethal with... As long as my opponent doesn't have a taunt, I'll have lethal. So, yeah. Never mind, we'll do direct damage.
Elements guide
Makes
me.
more sense. And even if my opponent does have a taunt between Fire Elemental and that, I'll be very close to lethal. So my opponent could probably clear out both taunts with the creatures that he or she has on the board. I guess she, technically. And then use her ability on one of these two. But as long as there is no... Oh no! God damn it. I hate you, spider. That sucks. Nice, thank you. Wrong one. You sent the wrong one back. I mean, yeah, that gets you critters. Creatures, critters, creepers, but 4, 3... Yeah, I have lethal. Right now, between this Rockbiter Weapon and the Fire Elemental. That is lethal, ladies and gentlemen. And just enough mana to do it. So, play this, deal 3 damage. Should be lethal. 4, 3, makes 7. 7 makes 1 dead spider. Eventually. Give it time. He has to think it over. Alright, that was fun. I also really like my shaman deck.
Impossible! This is not over, puny mortal.
Hey, Nerubian egg. Alright. So we've got that. And now something happens here, maybe? Arachnid Quarter defeated. Reward.
You think that card will help you? You are sorely mistaken.
Class challenges unlocked. Druid and Rogue. You can also attempt the insanely difficult heroic Arachnid quarter. What the hell are class challenges? Let's find out. This is interesting. But just as importantly, we got all the cards for the quarter here. Classic challenges. Choose. Malfurion versus Grand Widow Farolina. Druid challenge rematch. Can you defeat the boss using this special druid deck? Defeat her and gain a druid card. What about Rogue? Rematch. Can you defeat the boss using the special rogue deck? Defeat her and gain a rogue card. Well, let's give it a try. I really don't like her hero ability or heroic ability, but we'll give it a shot. See what happens. Now, I really wonder if we'll be encountering these decks in Arena when we draw Arena cards. If we'll be encountering some of these Naxxramas cards there. It'll be interesting.
My acolytes serve me without question.
I must protect the wild.
Poison Seed looks interesting. Let's get rid of that and see if I get something better. So, I gotta remember, that's not much better. I gotta remember not to have too many cards in my deck, basically. For 2 mana, she can just basically spam me. This is not great. I hate to just toss this out there. It might be worth it just to deal 2 damage, but I guess I'll keep it in my hand for now. Wait to see what my opponent does. Next turn, I'll either toss that out or Power with the Wild for a 3-2. Summon minion with Death Rattle, gain +1/+1. Okay. So maybe I'll just 3-2 on this. That'll live through that, kind of. Or I can claw and kill it. Yeah, you know what? We'll claw and kill it. This way, when I get to 4 mana, I can combo those up. And the point here is not to have too many cards in your hand and still be able to win. That's the tough part, is I want to keep dumping cards yet be able to actually beat my opponent here.
Bring out your dead.
Another Undertaker. I'm assuming I'll get these cards eventually. And this is the special Druid card that I would assume I get. Death Rattle. Yeah, I don't want to do that. That seems like a terrible idea. This seems like a terrible idea too. So we'll just summon a 3-2. It may die right away, but then next turn I guess
Job's done.
I could do this and that, even though that'll buff that up. Because my opponent can use her hero ability to do 4 damage across the board, which means chances are this will die.
The damned stand ready.
And instead she does that, which is okay. And it doesn't even trade entirely for that, which is also okay. How do I want to handle this? I could buff this up with the Defender of Argus. It's not a terrible idea. Alternatively, I could buff this up for health and taunt. With this, not a terrible idea. Kill this in preparation of being able to play that. And of course, it will trade with that probably. That's okay, because then I can play that. It won't trade yet. And this is a good priest card. Yeah, so next turn, if this lives, play this. Well, I can't play the 2 of them. I could play this and Mark of the Wild on it.
Kneel before me, worm.
Or it won't live. Charge, Death Rattle, deal 3 damage to your hero. Interesting. Alright, so I need to get rid of cards. I don't know if this is better. I don't think so. I think this is better. Although not necessarily the desired effect, but you know, I'm still not dumping my entire hand here, but I'm doing something. So, something is better than nothing. Dancing Swords. And the Nerubian Egg. Of course, we'll just ignore the Nerubian Egg. Why would I antagonize it? That would make no sense. Alternatively, we can do... That'll die. I'm not sure that this is much better. We'll play this. Because when this dies and gets me a 4/4, I can then Defender of Argus on both of them. Now I only have 2 cards in my hand. Yeah, this Poison Seed.
Slay them in the Master's name.
Let the pain speak to me.
Okay. Do I want to draw a card? Not particularly. Again, Poison Seed. No thanks. What I'm thinking is this.
For Argus.
This. I don't want him to kill that, so I kind of want to trade this for that, and I'll get a card, unfortunately.
For the wilds.
Which allows my opponent here to deal 3 damage, although Power of the Wild is really good in this instance. Because I can even Power of the Wild, you know, I could do Poison Seed, Power of the Wild. So that's a possibility too, and then just buffs everything up. But I think I would Power of the Wild with what I already have. 2, 3.
Stand ready.
Not the Acolyte of Pain.
The widow embraces me.
Okay. Oh, your hero has 1 attack, like, permanently. Oh, that's crazy.
You have failed.
That's craziness. Okay. I see. Yeah, sure. Sounds cool. Oh, that's a cool effect. It glows.
For the wild.
I think we just do damage here. Summon an exact copy of this minion at the end of the turn. So if it has +1, if it's a 2/3, I think I just summon another 2/3, which is great.
Sustenance.
And we're dealing some good damage. So this might be really cool. Echoing Ooze. It's a pretty awesome battle cry. Yes! Does this have the same exact battle cry? Oh, I think it only works once. Which kind of stinks.
In death. The widow embraces me.
So that's kind of a shitty death rattle. But it doesn't matter, I have lethal, so it's all good. It's all good in the hood, folks. It's all good. I don't need any of that. Let's just finish this up. So, it's dangerous. It's an awesome card. For 4 mana, 5/6 is pretty awesome, but as long as you don't play any other creatures. Otherwise... Or as long as you don't mind it killing your creatures next to you. Next to this, so whatever. Anyways, here we go. If I was a mage, I would play mirror images with this in between. So, and I could try to keep it separated. So we got Poison Seeds. Okay, an interesting card. Not sure if I would want to play that continuously, but still kind of neat. Do we want to try the Rogue Challenge? Yeah, let's give it a shot. This might be a slightly longer video, but we'll try. Oiling chains. Hiding spiders. Don't hide the spiders. Arranging bones. That's important to keep them looking nice and neat. If you don't spray the stench, who will?
Valera versus Arachnid.
My Axna.
Watch your back.
Alright, so this is interesting. I am going to get rid of that. Get rid of that. Keep the SI agent. Wish I had a coin. I do not. Seems like I always go first. Elven Archer, not fantastic. Murloc, Tide Caller. Why the hell would I have this in my deck? Maybe this is a Murloc deck. We'll find out. It doesn't really seem like a Murloc deck. I'm just playing that in that case. This could be good. Could be bad. All depends. Like if you played this and along with like a Leroy Jenkins, so you could play this out there turn 4, turn 5 Leroy Jenkins, run this into something, clear a taunt, it dies, returns your Leroy. Nah, that doesn't quite work. Well, I'm sure there's a combo in there for this. Just don't know what it is yet. I don't really want to kill this between my hero ability and myself. There's no good reason to do that. I'll just give him more creatures. I could see a very good use for this in a hunter deck, especially with stuff like Starving Buzzard or Scavenging Hyena.
Here we
It's like
go.
a mini snake trap, basically. I'm pretty sure, well, we'll find out if the spectral spiders are beasts. I don't know. They might not be beasts, in which case that's not as good, if that's the case. Okay. Spiders doing their thing. Death Rattle, add a random beast card to your hand. Huh. That could be good. I mean, I'm guessing all of these class cards, like this card probably, is what I'll unlock when we finish, when we beat the boss as a rogue. That would be my guesstimate. So you know what? This doesn't look terrible. Granted, not ideal.
One shot.
We'll kill that. I do want to have more cards out on the table.
Here we go.
I'd rather take this opportunity to just do this.
Here we
That way
go.
next turn I'll only have one creature and I'll still have one taunt up rather than my opponent having 2 creatures on the next turn. Of course my opponent can return one of them to my hand and they'll lose taunt. We'll get the battle cry, but whatever. It's not that fantastic. The SI agent though could be good if it keeps getting bounced back to my hand. I can keep on playing it along with other cards, doing damage. So next turn I could. Emperor Cobra. That's the one that I don't like. So, yeah. SI agent. Looks like Elven Archer, SI agent. We kill the Cobra. Unless I draw something really amazing. No, not that amazing. Although this is really cool. It's just, I would love to be able to buff it up on the same turn. So we obviously play the Elven Archer first, so we get the combo on this.
This guy's toast.
Combo it up.
I got this.
And then I still want to have as many cards as possible out. For obvious reasons. And then we move on. So we're dealing okay damage, not fantastic. Echoing Ooze followed by Cold Blood would be awesome. And then just need to keep it alive. But yeah, really, Echoing Ooze and any kind of crazy buffs would be a really awesome combination. Why would you play that in between there? I guess I was going to die anyways, but you could have dealt a little bit more damage. And he's going for me directly, which is fine with me, mostly. Doesn't have any more mana, okay. I kind of want to kill this with my weapon. Maybe kill this with that. A lot of Echoing Oozes, so we'll... Now, you know what? We'll armor up. We'll weapon up.
I got this.
Kill this with that. Make this a 1/1, so I'll take 1 less damage when I kill it with myself.
Here we go.
Eventually. We have 4 damage. Because why not?
I'll give it a shot.
And do I take the chance and play Echoing Ooze? Yeah. Just because I want to have those creatures out there. So I don't think the battle cry carries over into the duplicate, but if it did, that would be fantastic. If it just keeps duplicating itself. At the end of the turn. Summon a 1/2 slime with taunt. It's like a slightly less annoying abomination, I guess. Oh, nice. I mean, I'd have to run everything into it to kill it, which kind of stinks. I probably should, though.
Here we go.
So if I hit this one myself, I can run these 2 guys into it to kill it. I'll recast that. Is there a point in playing this? Yeah. There is.
I'll give it a shot.
Can do potential damage.
Lights out.
I don't need to use Alexstrasza on my opponent, because by the time I do, my opponent will be at 15 health. This kind of sucks that I'm going to lose my oozes to this. But what can you do? And then he can trade these 1/1s for the oozes. Still using the 5/5, which he'll probably send back into my hand promptly. It's okay. So Alexstrasza, not terrific, but I could heal myself if things take a turn and I find myself in a lot of trouble. I can then Alexstrasza for that, so let's see what happens. Destroy a minion. Oh, come on. Well, at least it bounces an ooze back. That's an interesting card. Is that Necrotic Poison? Is that a class card or something? I can't tell if that's a rogue card or not. It doesn't look like a rogue card. I think that's a unique card just to the boss. Did he put out his own thing? Yeah, he did. Well, that's crappy. At least I got my oozes back, but it doesn't really help me yet.
I hope you like my invention.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
Here we go.
Oozes. Oozes galore. Once was a lady named Oozes galore. Alright, well, at least this way, a lot of battle cries, so if he keeps popping stuff back, I'll have more of these to battle cry. So they should duplicate right now, and I'll have 5 creatures on the board. Eventually. if the game decides to ever actually move. It's really cool how they copy like mitosis all up in here. Oh, come on. And turn it to life with full health. Oh, that's a good play. You get double the taunts out of it. Well.
Drink with me, friend.
Let's get more cards.
I hope you like my invention.
Maybe we'll get something good. So I might actually need Alexstrasza for myself. This could be good. I have more minions than my opponent. Please don't... Okay, you know what? Let's reduce the number of minions that my opponent has, like so. So that way the chances that it's one of my minions that get transformed into hopefully a 5/5 Devilosaur increase my own chances here. Come on, RNG. Or transform one of his into a 1/1. Yes! Thank you, RNG. You paid off. Okay. Playing the odds, that's all. So again, next turn I can Alexstrasza, but I'm probably not gonna. Instead, I'm gonna try to clear out my opponent's cards, and then... Oh, poo. That reincarnates pretty useful in these cases. Stop popping stuff back into my hand. It's kind of annoying. Okay, so Ooze weapon kills that, this kills that, that kills the crap that spawns afterwards, this freezes that, that takes that out. Unfortunately, it might pop something back. You know what, so before I do any of that, okay. So this kills that. Eventually. I need to weapon up.
Here we go.
So myself, and this will kill that. This can kill that and send this back into this hand, which is good because that buys me a turn.
Accepted.
Throw some more oozes out there. Come on, eventually. There we go.
Oh, if you're sure.
And I'll keep this, I guess, for a turn to freeze that the next turn it comes out. Buying a little bit more breathing room. There we go. And then these will duplicate. And if he wants to send one of these back into my hand, sure. I could use this to bounce the oozes. Or this could come back as a 5/5, which wouldn't be bad. Eventually, this will go. So this must have been a duplicate, and that's why I didn't have the hero ability. Oh no, there it goes. Just it's having problems. There's the Sea Giant. Barely took any mana to play. Shade. Yeah, that's good. I can work with that. This is fine, but what I really want to do is this first. And then
Here we go.
do that. Then we cause a little bit of damage. I'm keeping Alexstrasza to actually heal myself with. Plus the Voodoo Doctor could be useful. So I can keep myself alive in case things take a turn. This will probably die to that next turn. Just thinks a little bit.
That
but,
minion
oops.
already attacked.
If I could have killed off a news, I would have bounced this back. Can't. Oh well.
Job done.
Gotta live with it.
I already attacked. That minion
Oh, that's
already
right.
attacked.
That's right, I remember. Stop it. Okay, so my opponent is down to 8 health. I am at 20. We have this giant frozen swamp giant, sea giant, sea giant. We have the sea giant frozen. He's got 2 cards and the hero ability. It's an annoying card, but I can deal with it. Hero ability just gives me back an ooze, which is kind of nice. And he did, surprisingly, he did not kill my ooze, my 5/2. So basically, my opponent is dead. Should have killed the 5/2 and then would have had an extra turn there. Maybe. Alright. So, just for fun.
Well played.
I love the responses from the NPCs here. So we'll hit him with our Dillosaur, we'll hit him with our Frost Elemental, and we'll call it a day. Yeah, that's it. It's a good game. GG. And we get... Is it the spiders that I suspect? Yeah. Ambusher. Cool. Fun. Good times. Alright, well, that was fun, folks. I hope you enjoyed this episode of me playing Naxxramas, or through Naxxramas. I guess what's left is the heroic mode. I don't know if we get any extra cards. This dungeon is ready for round 2. Heroic is very difficult. It's not for the faint of heart. I'll have to come back and give this a try, of course. We'll see if not only we can do this, but we can get the cards, or if there are extra cards that we get for doing this. But so far, so good. So folks, if you enjoyed this episode, please leave a like. It helps me out a whole bunch. Hit subscribe if you haven't subscribed to my channel already. And as always, my name is Leducium. I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate you guys tuning in. And I'll see you folks next time. Later.